James, I don't care. They give it 5 stars. You've been a 5 star ever since much part there. Listen, man, University of Miami fans want to know one thing. Does University of Miami have a chance to get James Williams?
Definitely do have a chance.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida.
When you on the field, is it pregame? Like, is it ever? Are you ever afraid? Does you ever feel fear, or do you ever feel pressure?
Nervous.
You ever feel pressure?
Not one bit.
None of that.
No.
Who's been your tough defender? Like, who's guarded you the tough?
Yeah, who's the toughest person to play?
I don't see nobody.
I knew this.
Nobody.
Man, he was gonna give it the damn hood.
That's what I'm for. I'm a playmaker. I love receiving. I love to catch the ball. I love to go over people's head.
Yeah.
You know, so I just got to do what I do.
University of Miami, they land you, and then they land the number one. We call him football player, number one player in the nation, James Williams.
Yeah.
Both playing the same position, right? How do you envision that working? Are they telling you how that's gonna work, or?
Well, I feel like me and James two different safeties.
Uh-huh.
And I'm more of the ball hogging safety. He's more of the rangy playing, like you couldn't say like in the box, but like a striker position, strong safety.
Right.
And I'm more of the free safety. So I already know in practice that's gonna just build great competition. And when the game comes, it's gonna be easy.
That's what's
Because
up.
I know we go hand in hand because it's like we're the same person.
Right.
So he has like his strengths and weaknesses, and I have my strengths and weaknesses. And we're gonna he can feed off of me, learn how to, I guess, be more of the free safety, and I can learn off of him, be more of like a closer to the box safety.
Right.
So I feel like we just gonna make each other better.
Yeah, James played free safety. He wanted to play free safety. He was big on that. But James will never be back at free safety. James be close to the linebacker sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's his.
That's just him
yeah.
helping his team win.
That's his chess. Yeah, that's him playing chess with the team. I told him, kid. I covered James since he was that big, bro. I've known him all his life.
I just feel like every time it's just man on man. If he wins the battle, then that goes to play. He doesn't break on the run, or if this person like doesn't take that step, or certain things. It just, I feel like you beat your man every play, then you got the best chance to stop any team, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5-star. Lean loyalty. 6'12", 276 pounds.
Yeah. After that, I just started going crazy. Tackles after tackle.
Yeah, the first play was like a tackle for loss, for like 6.
Yeah.
No, they didn't touch you. Like,
Like they did.
Explain to me, though. Like, what is that about? Like, how do they not? You 6'5", 300 pounds. Is it something? Is it a swim move or something you do? Like, they don't see you? You're teleporting? What's going on?
I'm too fast for long.
They don't realize you that fast when the game starts. Like,
I'm gonna be the best player on the field. Like, I just gotta show the world. Like, I'm the true 50. I'm the next 56 up. The next. I'm gonna just go crazy this year. Like, show people like, wow, at 56. Like, show them like I want to take care of my mom. I want to put in a big house, stupid cars, big pool in the backyard. Put on for my brothers, my nieces and nephews, like coaches. I think all of them boys for like having me here at this like position that I'm in now, cause like it took hard work and dedication. Without all of them to guide me in the right path, I wouldn't be here today. So I think all of them for like helping me out. Like, yeah.
It's gonna take 3 motherfucking days, and that's what big time players step up in big games. All criticize and all that, over baby. People
What's good, man? What's going on, man? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's Tuesday after a long weekend. Long weekend if you was a Hurricane fan. Short weekend if you was a Dolphin fan. And if you was both, then you just somewhere in the middle, I guess. All right, man. 786-459-499. We want to get down with IOD Squad. Just did a play on XLE, 40%. Got out of that 40% put. Total market went backwards at the same time. I hope y'all know if y'all ain't paying attention. When the market go backwards, crypto go backwards. It's all connected, dog. it's all connected, dog. Because the people with the most money, when they money move, the market moves. So when the market is going backwards, when the market goes down, crypto goes down. It's all connected. It's all connected. So I'm gonna bring Rich in here, man. I think X gonna be joining us sooner or later. 1 second. Before then, today the football villains, man. We got a video. We'll be dropping a video on the football villains as soon as this is over. Caneville. I'll be dropping in the video for the football villains, and in the video, for the most part, you can see what I was saying. You can hear me say it. You can basically hear me say, "Hey, man, these guys don't really look like they're ready to play." Can't find my headphone. What's going on, man? In the video, you could literally hear me say the sentiments of these, man. Oh man, it's from Saturday's game, and we did a nice little video from Saturday's game. But she was like, yeah, man, these guys don't seem like they here to play a football game. that's what it kind of felt like, bro. I can't even lie. So yeah, that'll drop for the football villains. That'll drop in the football villain section. Actually, I'll let y'all watch a little bit of that. I'll let y'all check out a little bit of that. And for the people that's new or don't understand how we do it, I mean, the way we've been doing it now we have a membership. The football villains, they get access to information, members, a lot of Tyler Williams stuff in there this morning, a lot of Damari Brown stuff in there. They get access to the information, get access to the videos first, and then we kind of break them up and put them out in little pieces. And then eventually we get the videos out. At some point, you'll get it out fully. So you still can see it free. You just won't see it at the same time. And you just get football from a grassroots perspective, from the way we see it, through our connections, through. It's a value. It's a value that, how can I say it? Comes from a perspective of it's grassrooted. So we've basically grown right within, from the same place that the kids and the recruits come from. It was basically grown from there, right from the community, and created into a platform. So we kind of see things different. We kind of present things different, and we kind of understand. I think understand the culture, the kids, how they see things a little better. So it's just from our perspective, the way we see football, we saw value in it, so we kind of put it behind a membership. Still working on some things with that, but that's where the membership part came from. Let's see. Put that in here right here. So here is so basically here is this will drop in the member section like soon as we're done. As soon as we finish, this will drop in the member section. And this is from this weekend.
You smell that? Back at the crib, dog. Just left College Station. You know what I'm saying? 100,000 people in the middle of nowhere. 100,000 unrabbit fans in a recreational park, recreational benches. City of Miami, man. The stadium that you guys joke about and laugh about that none of you have. Middle Tennessee, man, Miami Hurricanes about to get it down today. Tyler Van Dyke, we need you to wake up. Josh Gaddis, we need you to wake up.
He did not wake up. He did not wake up. He did not wake up. For the record, he did not wake up. There was no awakening of Tyler Van Dyke.
Welcome to South Florida.
Real fast. Let's skim through a little bit of that.
Welcome to South Florida.
Going on out in front of our stadium. Commercials.
What did wake up was that stadium when Jake came in. We can get to that a little later and talk a little Deion and
Listen, commercials and all QR codes on them. This is out in front of the stadium. You don't have to go in the stadium. You ain't got to bring your car here with a fake battery and load it up to watch the game if you tailgate. It's right here in front of the stadium for you, man, in case you don't get a chance to get in. I just want y'all to see what it is y'all call yourself laughing at, or what it is y'all think is funny, and y'all bring up our stadium. It's kind of like bringing up a bazooka and not knowing it's a bazooka till it get pulled out on you. You know what I'm saying? That's what our stadium is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stadiums are like recreational stadiums. Got benches for seats. Nobody check your tickets. Big business down here in Miami, man. College football is turning into big business, and we were right in line with it. Keep watching. Come on, y'all came out here looking cute. Let us get y'all on camera now. Y'all great.
We love your videos.
Yeah?
I'm from Wisconsin. I watch you every Sunday.
You from Wisconsin?
Well, we went to Southbridge.
I grew up in Southbridge. You live in Wisconsin now?
Yeah.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm in North Carolina now, but we grew up in
What part of North Carolina?
We played at Southbridge back in the day when Jerry Hughes was there.
Yeah? What part?
I'm from Raleigh.
I used to live in Wilmington.
Okay.
I had a house in Castle Hayne. I used to drive to Raleigh all the time.
Yeah.
Best strip club I ever went to was in Raleigh. I know, tell people that all the time. They be like, how? I be like, bro.
Well, what can you do? Some country girls
it was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
No, man, I hope Tyler and Gaddis wake up today, bro.
he did not. There was no
Where the
awakening.
shoes at?
There was no awakening. Nobody woke up.
over there. out, man.
Oh, y'all got them wet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Fast
All right,
forward
man,
a
y'all
little. Show you the whole thing, man. It's just for the members. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, man.
He was
sweating. By the time I got in there, we was already sweating.
I sound like I played that. Gaddis wake up today, bro. Super P Wee 4. Royal. We got a Royal, man. Somebody just asked me who breaks out today, man. I think today is the day that a Royal breaks out.
Royal did not break out. It did not. It wasn't a Royal. It wasn't his breakout day. It didn't happen. It did not happen. But listen, man, that's just a little bit of what the members get, bro. That'll be dropping soon as this is over. Y'all want to watch a little bit more of that? Oh, somebody became a member already. Shout out to Hurricane Smooth. Hurricane Smooth became a member. He sees value in it. Hurricane Smooth, like, I want to see that video. Shout out to Insane. Let's watch a little more.
Flex his muscle. One's on the other side, my producer on the other side. I'm on one. Listen, had a couple of days.
I saw Malik Rosin here somewhere.
To think about, to retrack and look at some of the video we shot and some of the video we shot. So we do a lot of pregame things before the game start, and we get to the game. I'm calling.
We went to Southbridge.
You live in Wisconsin now?
Yeah.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm in North Carolina now, but we grew up in
What part of North Carolina?
We played at Southbridge back in the day when Jerry Hughes was there.
Yeah?
I saw Malik somewhere.
I'm from Raleigh.
I used to live in Wilmington.
Okay.
I had a house in Castle Hayne. I used to drive to Raleigh. Saw Damian Jones, Summer Night, game start. And we get to the game. I'm calling. People stop me. Joshua Trader bus. One's on, and they're walking, and I'm recording. I got a lot of.
Yeah, Malik here somewhere. Well,
Few days.
where you at, Malik?
Malik Rozier. I'm calling. Saw Malik Rozier.
That's enough. No, we're gonna drop it after. We're gonna drop it after this. We'll drop it. I can watch it. The football villains can watch it after this. Okay, that's enough. Oh, Malik was in there somewhere. I don't remember Malik looking that cool when he was in college. When he was when he was here. I don't remember Malik looking that cool. But Malik Rozier, we're gonna talk about Malik. We're gonna get into a few things today. But while we got Malik on the screen, I'm gonna bring my boy Rich in here. See, I gotta give him a heads up that he coming in. I'm bringing my boy Rich in here. Gotta get the grill plate out the way. Tell all his chicks calm down. Hey, y'all calm down. Pimp Daddy finna go do some work.
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just, it's quiet outside. Got the hurricane warning coming for everybody out there. Stay safe, But if you're from down here, you've been through it before, but definitely stay safe. Listen to what they're saying.
Right. It's a little above us, right?
Yeah. And it's more so going to hit the Gulf. It looks like it's coming through Tampa. Orlando, of course, might get, a lot of showers because of that. Hopefully, we don't get no power outage and nothing like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right. Malik Rozier, dog. Did you get the chance to see what Malik Rozier was saying, man, yesterday about starting?
Yeah, and his points to, how to. I saw it on Twitter.
Basically, Go ahead. I mean, basically, he was basically saying it starts off with basically you shouldn't bench Jake, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't bench Tyler, and then he goes into why you shouldn't bench Tyler. I want to read some of these things, but I'm gonna read some of them. We almost got 200 people in the football villain chat, bro.
That's what's up.
Where's some of them? He goes into why. That's Jerry Judy talking to Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp got stinky breath.
Shannon be going in on them boys. He don't be holding back.
Man. I know, man. It's almost like it's designed that way, bro. I don't understand.
You don't care.
Yeah, I don't understand, bro. It's almost like it's designed like that. Here's what he had to say. Malik Rozier said why TVD would be the starter versus North Carolina. I spoke to Malik Rozier before the game, and he trains TVD. X, what's going on? You're on mute.
What's up?
Yeah. Malik saying why TVD will be the starter versus North Carolina. Losing your team leader. TVD is the leader of this team, whether you like it or not. Naming Jake the starter is like breaking up with your current lady for a new girl. You can't just come back when things don't go right. Okay, I understand what he's saying now. Not rushing Jake. I think this is the number one reason as of right now. Young quarterbacks will definitely make mistakes, but I don't know if the coaching staff is ready to have those growing pains in the spotlight quarterback when there are others issues to address. I believe Jake showed he's good enough. Jake showed he's good enough to start at most 90% of P5 schools. As a redshirt freshman, he looks poised, comfortable, and throw a lot of great catchable balls. Excited to see him become a starter. I got confused now. Offensive struggles. As we all know it, let me see. As we all know it, offensive struggle. As we all know it, a new staff. So like a new quarterback, there will be some growing pains, especially when complete change the philosophy and tempo of an offense. I think the coaches want to make sure that they are doing everything possible before they switch. simple defense. As much as you guys don't want to hear this, Middle Tennessee runs a very simple defense. Yes, they outplayed us, but they didn't show anything exotic or complex to confuse a young quarterback that lines up in one high or quarters. Shit,
He's right about that.
It confused Tyler.
Exactly.
Something confused Tyler. 32 passing rating. Something confused him. Yeah, we talk about here. Basically, if you do start Jake, do not pull him. Ride the whole season out with him. Let him struggle. Let him grow. Let him grow. Support him as a fan. If he does make mistakes, have a bad game, don't boo him. But you can't stop the booing. The booing is uncontrollable.
Yeah, the booing gonna come regardless. If you have a bad game, they gonna boo.
Yeah, the booing is like uncontrollable. I don't know if you can stop the booing.
You lose to Tennessee, you lose to Middle Tennessee State. They gonna boo you. You deserve to get booed. The whole team.
Shout out to Hurricane Smooth for becoming a member, and shout out to Uncle Luke, man. You know, every time you pop in here, I'm gonna send you a link, dog. You gotta come talk about our boy Mario, man, taking that tough L, man.
Here's my take on the Jake and Tyler thing. I'm 50-50 with it because at the same time, if you say, well, we're going to pull TVD and start Jake, now you're basically saying, well, it's not like we're giving up on the season, but we're saying we're just going to go another route. You know what I'm saying? Because you started the season with TVD saying he's your guy. 4 games in, it hasn't looked like your guy so far. Is the season completely lost? No. ACC play starts next week. So you still have opportunity. But by pulling him, it's like you basically saying, well, yeah, we going another route. We just going to take what we could take now and try to get better from there. So you put Jake in, who's to say Jake don't have mental mistakes and have bad games? Now what you do when he have a bad game, do you take him out and put TVD back in? Now you got a quarterback course. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like you can still start TVD because we still just like a quarter of the season away. We only had a quarter of the season so far. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You just play on. You know what I'm saying? Play through it, man. Try to fix the problems within the system. I think it's more than just TVD not being good. It's more than him. I think as a coach, you have to make your players comfortable with what they're doing. Even if your stuff is not working, you got to say, well, let's put something in that's going to work. If it's not working, you got to say, well, hey, this worked for them last year. He was comfortable last year. Let's try to import some things that he did last year that works. So it could make him look comfortable again, because he obviously looked very uncomfortable.
Luke, did you watch the game? Did you watch the game, or did you just see the outcome? When Jay came in, dog, they started blasting your music, dog. You were feeling good, and then DJ Ivy got beat up top. And I was like, oh, look, you. Jay was balling. Then they went at DJ Ivy.
Then they went at DJ Ivy.
Luke, listen. Listen. I was asleep the other night and I had this epiphany.
Oh,
DJ Ivy is from South Florida, and I was going to ask Mario this, but he ain't talking to the media this week. DJ Ivy is from South Florida. I once saw him line up man-to-man versus Jeff Thomas in high school, Luke. He played against some of the top South Florida wide receivers in the nation. He knows what man-to-man is, Luke. He knows what it is.
That's Dade County football, man-to-man.
So we know he knows what it is. We give DJ Ivy that credit. How does that happen? How do you get to this level and that happens in that spot where it's so detrimental, right? How does that happen, dog? How does that happen, Luke? We know he know what man-to-man is.
Well, you become a product of your environment. You get conformed. You get deprogrammed. You get reprogrammed. Deprogrammed to reprogram. I mean, listen, man. Let's be real. It's the best get beat. In that situation, he got beat. I think the kid been playing good all year, but he got beat. I mean, when you look at his mechanics, and that guy routed him up. He routed him up. It was a good throw. It was no pressure on the quarterback. I mean, he stood him up. That kid routed him up. But I really think DJ Ivy is more of a strong safety than a cornerback. You know, I think what in high school he was a lot lighter. In college, obviously they put some more weight on him. You know, he didn't look like no cornerback in that situation right there. You know, when you put that weight on, your mobility and your hips ain't moving like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But watching that play over and over and over again, I see it's a mix of DJ Ivy not understanding that you're on the goal line.
Yeah.
They playing, you know, all the linebackers are up. You got the safeties are up. You really not supposed to be jamming that guy on the 1 yard line. You got to get back. You got to get back.
Rule number 1, high school football in Miami-Dade County. If they press, you run a goal. If they're off, you run a hitch.
Yeah. So
that's it.
He knows better. That's the rule.
That's why I'm saying I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was a mistake in his mind or was it the way the coaches told him to play, because you don't do that like on the goal line.
I'm gonna tell y'all the worst thing. We was sitting right in the end zone, dog. We was sitting in the end zone. That's where we were shooting from. So that quarterback was like, hey, 20 feet away from us, bro. And to watch him break our heart, dog, from the behind the end zone, to watch him just go up top with no conscience. I think it was first down, second down.
Yeah, it was second down. It was second down.
But that's when you do it. You take a shot. You take a shot right there. But Streeter, check this out. So if you're a big guy like DJ Ivy is, if you're a big guy, you put your hands on this dude and beat this little dude up. If you're a little guy, then now you got to play more of a finesse game. So if you're going to go run, I always tell a kid, you're going to go run up and press a dude, that's like running up in a dude's face and don't swing first. You know, so you know, cause other than that, you're going to get dug up. You going backwards, he going forward. So you got to put your hand. If you look at the play, every time you look at the play, he never put his hands on that dude from the line of scrimmage.
He did not.
And that's where he got beat. That's where you shit. You're in a world of trouble. You're gonna do that, and then you know that, and so now you backpedaling in that situation. You still ain't being physical, and you get taken up top.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's check this out. Y'all got a chance to see this?
All right, floating.
One second.
Changes. All right, because right now, I know the same thing Ime Udoka knew when the news broke. All right, this ain't gonna work for long. All right, this is cover 3. Right, day 1 stuff. All right, take a look at Peters, bottom of the screen. All right, number 1 stop short, so I should be looking at number 2 and gaining depth. All right, but I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like Nathaniel Hackett. Right, I'm stuck on number 1 like Lizzie from Kid Next Door. Right, by the time I look at number 2, it's too late, and he beats me with the 9 like Ray Liotta. Touchdown. All right, can throw the hitch. Right, take a look at Jacobs. All right, I'm scared. I'm just like DJ Khaled. I can't make a hit by myself. All right, plus I'm stiffer than a cactus. All right, so I dive at his legs while I'm pissing down mine. Trip my teammate, right? And then take a look at Charles getting thrown into the scene like an improv actor, all right? And gets on all fours like his mom in that Uncle Luke video. 90-yard touchdown. All right, guys, they on that 2-yard line. All right, take a look at this corner. All right, floating, social justice reform. All right, so I just let him go right past me like the Colombian government versus Pablo Escobar. Right, I let down myself, my family, and most importantly, Sean Taylor. Rest in peace, 98-yard touchdown. All right, guys, we got a jet sweep. Right, take a look at this. Right, you're trying to win football games. And y'all bumping heads like Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones, right? Davis, it's a jet sweep. Get out the way, son. Right, matter of fact, I see anything like this on film again. All right, you done. You out of my rotation. All right, you and your mama. It's like, nah, just you. She can stay.
Talking about Thad Mama, dog.
Damn. That's hardcore. That's hardcore.
It is.
Hey, look at man, y'all were talking about TVD. I mean, let me just say this, and I'm gonna hurt some feelings. Let's face it. When you look at University of Miami team, you know we couldn't tackle. I think we straightened that up a lot. You know we couldn't catch the ball, and then the ones who did catch the ball, they left. They're gone, right? So 60 to 70% of the ball catchers are out of there. and you're left with the bad ball catchers. The brightest spot coming into this year was the quarterback. Now, the quarterback is regressing from day one. Now, what do you look at? You got to look at the quarterback coach, and that is Frank Ponce. Frank Ponce, now you do his resume. Frank Ponce never coached quarterbacks. He spent 20 years coaching receivers. You have an offensive coordinator who is a receiver coach. So you have two guys at the University of Miami coaching the offense, and neither one of them coach quarterbacks. So that is why this kid mechanics and everything about him is regressing. And
Luke,
nobody
I
wants to
said that.
say it. Okay, well, I'm glad you did because
No,
ain't nobody
I
want
said
to say
his
it. They want to
mechanics
throw.
was regressing.
I'm glad you
That's what I
did,
mentioned.
my brother. I'm glad you did because all these white boy medias and all these Kane fans, they want to throw the black man under the bus
Under the
real
bus.
quick. And so now when Garcia comes in and run the same plays, they'll make it seem like as if Garcia had a different type of playbook, which he doesn't because he has the same plays and he has to throw the ball in the same area. You know,
Right.
again, Garcia, keep it 100. If Garcia don't get hurt last year when TVD came in, it was supposed to be the Garcia show.
That's
What
true.
people fail to realize, they don't want to talk about that. TVD got in because Garcia was hurt and the starting quarterback coach. So he fell into a great situation, but we know who was polished coming in down there. So that is why that kid, could come in and do what he had to do right now because he's a real fucking quarterback versus the one we have. The one we have, he's good. He's real good. But the kid needs coaching, and he don't have a coach down there that could give him some coaching. And that's why I always told Mario when I talk to him, every time if there any one guy I can recommend to come down there to be just assistant or assistant to the assistant or whatever it is, not necessarily a coach, it's Chris Perkins. He will be able to help you out in the quarterback department. But people make their own decisions.
Look, people in the comment section saying that Ponce, I'm finna pull up his Wikipedia. Ponce was a quarterback coach at Louisville, and he was a quarterback coach at Appalachian State.
Ponce they better look at it. Ponce been a receiver coach.
He was a receiver coach.
At
Let me look at it.
Appalachian State. Let me tell you this here. At Appalachian State, Ponce's first tour duty of being a quarterback coach, he started off at Louisville being the receiver coach, then they moved him to the quarterbacks. Then he got to Appalachian State. He was a receiver coach. When he became the coordinator, he became the quarterback coach. Normally, when you are the coordinator, you coach your quarterbacks. And I mean, if you look at the numbers you don't normally have a situation where the coordinator is not the quarterback coach. And so that is how Ponce ended up in being the quarterback coach because that is what you do. Even in the case of Gaddis, I don't know why Gaddis would have taken that job if he wasn't the quarterback coach. That he did it at Michigan. Right. Because Harbaugh is Harbaugh, but then going to a new situation, you want to be the quarterback coach because now you ain't got no control of your motherfucking trigger man. That's like that's why Steele comes in. What is Steele? He's the linebacker coach because the linebackers are the quarterbacks of the defense.
You think that was his decision? You think he's more comfortable coaching wide receivers?
I don't know what to say about that because you got to remember Ponce was hired late. He was like the last guy hired. That was a late hire, but that probably Gaddis probably felt more comfortable coaching the receivers. But I don't understand why you would feel more comfortable coaching receivers and you're not like a really pass heavy offense. You need to be coaching. If I was recommending him or anybody, you got to coach your quarterback. If you're the offensive coordinator, because he got to think like you think, and you sitting in a room with some motherfucking receivers, and Frank Ponce is sitting in the room with your quarterback, and he's not the coordinator. your guy got to call the plays that you want to have called. Y'all got to be on the same wavelength. And you can't do that being in a receiver room. You can't do that. That's you can, but that's very difficult.
I think Ponce by you saying Ponce was late hire, Ponce wasn't the first, second, or even third choice that Mario wanted. So it was like, okay, we just had to go with Ponce
before the Virginia game.
And then Mario felt like, hey, well, you know, I'm familiar with Ponce. Maybe that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's cool. Maybe it could work. But he obviously wasn't the choices that they wanted. Even Gaddis, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, yeah, it might could be some friction there because Ponce saying, hey, maybe I should call these plays, you know, and stuff like that. And
yeah, it is. Well, listen, I'm gonna say this. Well, Sean Round say y'all hate Uncle Luke Gospel. Shout out to Sean Round with the $5. He keeps it real. Luke 329. Coordinators need to coach a position they are experienced in coaching. Check out this video, Luke, and we're gonna talk about punts for a second. This is what I said last Tuesday to these same people watching me after we interviewed TVD in the press conference. This is what I said to them.
You know, they're out here working, and I just got to give them a little more confidence and just tell them I trust them, and they'll be able to do the job. All right, Tyler. Thank you very much for your time today. Thank you, guys.
Oh my God.
Recording stopped.
Oh my God. Tyler looks shook like the Tyler before the Virginia game or NC State game. Tyler looks shook.
Tyler
is go backwards.
Coach, Tyler is in uncharted waters right now, and only person that can really fix him and get in his head is a guy who played quarterback and a quarterback coach, guy who understands
quarterback whisperer.
So a quarterback whisperer, somebody, I don't give a shit who it is. You know, somebody that understands, you know, because again, you gotta understand this kid was thrown in the fire. I mean, when you get all that preseason hype, you know, you're way on the top of the world. You're arguably top 5 quarterback coming out in the draft. So you're looking at the money. You're getting all this NIL money. You're getting all this new pussy. I'm sorry. You're getting all this new girlfriends.
That too. All that.
You know, it's a lot to take in, and then you have to learn a new system with 2 sets of new coaches. And let's face it, the human part of it all comes into this. And a guy told me this at the beginning of the year. You know, look, we know the relationship that Mario has with Mirabal and Ponce. They're good friends. And so now you, Streeter, come in as a coordinator, and you come in, you looking over your fucking shoulder. To be honest with you, in the case of Gaddis, you got to be looking over your shoulder, but you understand your body of work and you understand the profession, but you know the relationship. So at the end of the day, you're not coaching your quarterback. That if I'm Gaddis, I'm going in there, I need my quarterback. Hey, look here, both of us receiver coaches. You go in the receiver room. I'm coaching my fucking quarterback, but quarterback going backwards in this bye week. And so now we got a coaching change in that department, because if I'm going to go down, if y'all going to throw me under the bus, I'm going to go down coaching my quarterback, and me and him are going to be on the same page. And that is how it needs to go. And because when I listen to when you go back and listen to Mario's press conference too, and then people asked him, I think it was maybe you or somebody that asked him, he said, when they asked about Tyler, he said, yes, it could be the scheme.
He said the scheme changed. He said the scheme changed.
The scheme changed. So when you hear scheme, that means I'm starting to throw the coordinator under the bus. But then you got to come back, and the person said, okay, I know somebody asked, and I listened to the press conference very carefully. I think it was the lady asked, Susan asked, okay, you got a bye week changes, and we know that there's an issue with quarterback. And then he eventually ended up saying, hey, he skirted around the changes, but then he then said, hey, look here, we're gonna go back to work. So I know how that shit go. When you read into me and you both, all of us on here, we know how press conferences work, and we know for some of those trigger words that be used that you know, you kind of get a good idea of what this guy is thinking. You know what I'm saying? So
my thing is what I'm saying is if I saw that Tyler look different, I saw it. I saw it. I'm just going off the times that I see Tyler. I say, oh Lord, he looked different. Tyler looked beat up, and then they still roll him out there, right? They roll him out there, and he shows us first play of the game. Oh, I'm different, y'all. Save me! Somebody throwing the towel.
Well, my whole thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, then the next one he throws a pick six. If I can see that something is wrong with him, right? Punts coach is 5 people, I think. Only 5 people, right? I think he's a passing game coordinator also. Like, he had to go to Mario and say something. Somebody had to say, hey man, Tyler don't look right.
Yeah.
Or maybe I've known Tyler. Maybe I've known Tyler longer than them. Maybe so.
Yeah. But you said it. You just said it. He looked, his facial expression on that, what you just interviewed him, what you just showed, his facial expression looks like the Virginia game. And then you go to North Carolina State game, you're like, well, hold on, that's 2 different people. You're like, hold on, that ain't the title who said we finna go in there and beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What happening now is, what you got is, you got the offensive coordinator, the receiver coach, you got the quarterback coach. You got maybe 2 people telling him different things, and Tyler's trying to figure out which way I'm supposed to go. This is my quarterback coach, so I'm really supposed to listen to him. But hold on, this is the coach, this is the offensive coordinator who's calling plays. So he's confused. He's like, what am I really supposed to do? And going back to what Luke said, yeah, Gaddis, you got to keep your head on the swivel, because guess what? Maybe Parsons is sitting there saying, well, look, do this my way. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the offensive coordinator, but this is how I want it done. And that's why it's looking so bad, because Tyler said, well, damn, I got to do exactly what my quarterback coach want me to do. Because if I don't, I get benched.
And I think that's something that will be talked about internally. But the one thing for me that stood out, like, it just stood out, is the fact that when you look at the quarterback and the reads a quarterback is supposed to make, Malik Rozier mentioned footwork, things of that nature. That shit is done on the practice field. So whoever your coach is, they not doing the basic shit to get you ready to go in the game and throw a pass, let alone call a damn play.
Or
so
trying
if
to
you
teach
in
them.
there,
or they trying to teach
but
them,
here's
and it ain't getting it.
Hey, everybody, you
one of the
saying
two.
it right. You saying it right. Because everybody get a motherfucking check. If you get a check to coach quarterbacks and the quarterback is going backwards, then shit, you need to be held accountable, coach.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Yeah, I tend to believe, like, I was once on record saying, man, I'm not blaming the kids for nothing else. It's the adults from a cultural standpoint, from a standpoint of University of Miami. I stopped blaming the kids. I was like, listen, what's going on is the adults behind the scene. DJ Ivy got bombed. I know DJ Ivy know how to play cornerback. He got bombed. Tyler Van Dyke, to me, I think this thing is unraveling at the quarterback position. And that's why I keep saying, I don't know if it's Gaddis trusts Tyler. I said it at the Texas A&M game. Oh, Gaddis didn't throw a ball into the end zone on the red zone. He ran the RPO with Tyler. Well, Gaddis was under Harbaugh for 2 years. I know he learned one red zone play, at least one. Mm-hmm. If he chooses to run an RPO with Tyler, my mind, the way I think, he don't trust Tyler. He up in the booth. Yeah. He don't trust Tyler. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what Tyler could do. When he looked at Tyler, he's like, this is what he could do.
I know Harbaugh taught him at least 2 red zone plays. Even if Harbaugh was calling the plays, at least he saw them, he stole them.
But you gotta, but what you have to understand is this, and you know it. All you guys know it because y'all go to practice, y'all see practice, y'all understand football, y'all know football different than the average fan who probably on here, and you know they go through every situation. Football is not what the average person think that you go roll the ball out there and we just go to calling plays. No, they go through the analytics of every play. They say this particular play that we're gonna run in the red zone. We're gonna run on 4th down and 1. We're gonna run black zone. We're gonna run 30 and in. We're gonna run on 1st down and 10. We're gonna run on 3rd and long. Those plays are analytically uh, uh, done and defined to the lowest term. So when they get in the red zone, they have a script. They already know what the fuck they're gonna run, and the head coach agrees, and they run it in practice.
Yep.
So
They
you
even
say,
know the
okay,
result
we're
they're
in the
supposed to
red.
get.
They know exactly. So it's no. Everybody signs off on that. So and you put a scout team out there that looks like Middle Tennessee or whoever you playing or Texas A&M, and you line them up the way Texas A&M is going to line up in that situation, and you run that play, and you run several plays, and you keep the ones that your kids can run. You keep the ones that Tyler Van Dyke is comfortable in running, and you stretch the other ones that you feel comfortable in running, and you use those ones. Those ones. So what you see on what people see on the field, they've rehearsed that shit a million times in practice. So we see the results of it, and then everybody want to throw the coordinator under the bus, but everybody signed off on it, and it worked in practice.
That's the thing. That's the funny thing is because when you go to practice and watch Tyler, you be like, well, yeah, boy, Tyler look just how we've been speaking.
De'Aaron King looked the same way. Everybody tell the defense up, but
then in the game, it'd be like, oh, hold on, what's going on?
Right. Go ahead,
Rich. In the game.
Iron sharpens iron. So now if you got some slack dicks out there, you know, and now you playing against some real motherfuckers.
Go ahead, Rich, real quick.
And that's the whole point. Like, Jake came in there like you know when let's say you got homework or whatever, and you bring a report card to your parents, and then your little brother has that same teacher, or your little sister, and they get straight A's when it counts. You know what I'm saying? And your parents look at you like, man, what the fuck you been doing in school?
Jake found Skinner, Arroyo, Keyshawn Smith on the ball. Jake was
found
all over the field.
Hey, Jake was like, okay. Hey, Jake found everybody. Hey, but now the defensive Tyler, he had a rough week. You go out there and you go say some stuff about, I prefer playing on the road because I got a college atmosphere. And that's the headline news, and they talking about that. That kid, hey, he's a freaking human right now. You making it seem like as if the Miami fan base sucks, and you prefer what you said. You prefer playing on the road because you want to be in a college atmosphere. So you basically throw the whole fucking university under the bus, and now you got to go out there and play a game, and the first thing you do is throw a pick six. That's why he looked at crazy like that.
Yeah.
Because the kid he said he didn't know what to say. He set himself up for failure. He didn't mean what he was trying to say. And the shit came out wrong, and he got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
He was done before he even got in the game.
Yeah, that was with that interview that you see, it was after he said that. He got beat up. He got beat up last week, and I just thought that, I know when Mario came in, he said Tyler Van Dyke, the best quarterback in the nation, and I knew it was going to be hard for him to backpedal from that. So they watched him get beat up in that ring and didn't throw in the towel to the third quarter. If they bring Jake in the second quarter, Miami wins that game because Middle Tennessee, look, they started fussing and arguing when Jake came in the game. They started shrinking.
Right.
But they let Tyler go too long. Is it hard to pull a quarterback, Luke?
It's hard.
Luke,
it's hard. You just said, hey, come on, Streeter. You just said, hey, all the NFL scouts in the world say this man top 5, number 1, top 5 quarterback in the nation coming out in the draft. He automatically is a number 1 draft pick and all this shit. And he coming back. He the face of the program. He getting all the NIL money. He got to deal with fucking you and all y'all on here. You getting money all over. Come on, man. You can't pull that motherfucker. You cannot pull him. I don't care. You be sitting there saying, you look at that motherfucker say he was high the night before. You still got to put him back out. You still got to put him out there.
It's hard to pull him, man. It's hard. Quarterback is the one position, man, where I think the head coach, most coaches get judged off of their
You do.
their play. You know what I'm saying? So,
And you handcuffed.
Yeah, so Mario came in and said, Tyler, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. How does that look if he pulls him in the first quarter? Now, with Mario, you said this statement. But you just pulled the best quarterback in the nation. Uh-oh, Mario.
In the second quarter.
You see what I'm saying? So I think it was a perfect time that they did pull him.
It wasn't perfect.
No,
now we down 21.
No, I ain't saying
they
it was
waited
perfect time. I'm saying
now we down.
I'm just saying when they did pull him, it was the right time. They gave him the first half to try to get it going. He couldn't get it going, and then pulled them. I want to talk about steals right now, man. I mean, my God, steals. What was that? Like, you on the goal line, you ain't try to do no pressure. You just let the quarterback sit there for like a full 5 seconds and say, hey, oh, he's gone. Let me throw the ball.
Now, that quarterback was pretty quick on that trigger, but that boy about 25 years old, he was pretty... He was seasoned.
Streeter,
motherfucker said he's 25 years old. Put the play on, Streeter.
Put the play on and count the seconds that he's standing in the end zone without being touched. It's about 4 seconds there. If you at quarterback and you got 4 seconds to throw, you going to complete a pass.
I think football is momentum, and I think it's more than just X's and O's and Jimmys and Joes. I think sometimes, first of all, they was uninspired when they got out there. I'm on video saying it, but they look like they did not want to play, Luke. You know what I'm saying?
The players said it. They said it. They say, man, we didn't. Man, we just thought we was just going out there and win regardless.
Let me tell you, it's 2 trap games, Streeter, in football. It's 2 trap games. You play a big rival game and you don't win, your team is going to be flat. Or you getting ready to play a big rival team 2 weeks from now, and your team overlook that team, the weaker opponent. That's no different than what happened with my team. My team, same situation, and I had meeting with them the other day. I said, we same shit, University of Miami. I say, we played Northwestern. We if you look at the stats, we beat them up and down the field. We ran the ball at will. We did what we wanted to do to them. It's a crosstown rivalry. We did not win because we did not put the ball in the end zone. And that's the same thing that happened with us with Booker T. You look at the paper and the numbers just don't match up to the score. So at the end of the day, you got to put the motherfucker in the end zone. University of Miami got to put it in. So now you go way up and you way up high, and now you go fucking Tallahassee. Really supposed to be, you're flat. And you sitting up there talking to your kids and you saying, get your ass up. And no matter, you screaming because you know they're going to be flat because you got experience in this shit. And you know after a big rival game that your team is going to be flat because they just emotionally drained from the previous game that they felt like they should have won, you know, and then they get jumped on and you find yourself in a hole. And that is just football. You find yourself in a hole, you're trying to dig yourself out. On top of it, you got your quarterback saying some dumb shit, and he deep in the hole, so he normally is the one to dig you out the shit, you know, and get the thing going, and the engine go to cranking back up after you got hit in the mouth, but they got dug in the hole too deep to get out. Mm-hmm. And that is what happened. So now Mario gets a bye week, and you got to hit the reset button, you know, and shit. And, you know, you got, because you want to go in the bye week with a win. That's why you play a weaker team. And you know, you get ready for the rest of the year. But shit, down there, and you know, got to deal with who the fucking quarterback is going to be and all those things. So that's what normally happens. Those are 2 trap games that people just don't realize in football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was written all over their face. Absolutely. It was written all over their face, and then to give them to spot them like 14 points. You know what I'm saying? Right in the beginning of the game, they done leg sweep you. You on the ground, but you got to get up and fight. Oh, them grown men over there. Them my grown men over there. Y'all want to look at the logo? Them my grown men over there, and they done jumped out on you. You got to get up and fight. And I just think they couldn't. I honestly think TVD has a lot to do with a lot of the morale on that team, because I think they see something that we don't see, and they can't say it.
Yeah.
And I've been saying this since Texas A&M. Those wide receivers are frustrated.
Yeah, the whole thing. Let me tell you, the whole shit. Listen, man. When Mario took this job, when you mentioned it right here, you guys mentioned it. You said Mario is going to come to Miami, and I was like, let me call Mario up. And then I talked to him a little bit, and we talked, and I was like, this is a hard ass fucking job. The average person don't realize University of Miami is a difficult job, and it's a difficult job because most of the kids come here and put that helmet on. And they think they're living in the tradition of the youth. They're living in that as if they're supposed to beat everybody, but they forgot they got to play the game, and you got to have them kind of dudes out there, and you don't have them type of dudes. So that's why when you see we lose against Florida State, the morale goes down. They don't want to play the fucking bowl game. And that's been going on forever. If we ain't playing the national championship, we don't even want to play in the bowl game. That's why we lose so many bowl games. You know what I'm saying?
Every
So now
team is like that.
Exactly. So no, University of Miami is not used to losing, and kids come there thinking that they Ray Lewis and Michael Irvin and shit, and they not that. So it makes the job more difficult. He got to get them type of dudes, and I keep telling people, man, they say, 12-0. No, they're gonna lose 3 games. I always say that, and it's gonna take 2 more years for him to rebuild his shit to get them type of dudes in there. He ain't got them type of dudes.
Yeah, it's gonna take a few more classes to get him. I'm just going on the record to say I didn't want to say it, but we still got some players on that team that still got that they just don't care mentality. They just happy to have a uniform on. And they just so happen to be a UM uniform like that.
Shit.
You about to cause a firestorm.
Just pay attention to Michigan State. Pay attention to Mississippi, Middle Tennessee game, man. You look at the game before Texas A&M, and you say, well, yeah, maybe we lost this game because we just got our coach. Our coaches didn't do the better job. The quarterback messed up. And then you go to this game, you're like, well, hold on. That ain't the same team that we know we should have won that game. We got beat. Why? Because we got players who just don't care. They like, man, we lost a game already. All right, season over. Let's ride.
Hey, what you think? What you think gonna happen? They're gonna revert back into my Manny team.
Yeah, they've been doing it every year. Every year. Remember when Mark Richt first got here? I think we won the first 4 games. Then we lost the next 4. And you were like, well, damn, when we lose our first game, we keep losing game after game after game? Like, how does this happen? Mark Richt second year, we go 10-0. We lose to Pittsburgh. We lose the ACC championship game. Then we lose the bowl game. Like, what the hell? Like, why does it keep happening over and over and over?
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Change the subject up a little bit. I got a question for y'all. Georgia Tech fires their coach, right? And everybody yelling Deion Sanders. I even heard Josh Gaddis' name pop up some goddamn way. But everybody's yelling Deion Sanders. Do you think it's time for Deion Sanders to leave Jackson State? Like, do you think that's the place for him? And do you think it's time? You think he's done enough at Jackson State?
I don't think he's done enough because I think his mission isn't just for Jackson State. I think his mission is for the entire HBCU. But I mean, if Georgia Tech coming from the numbers I'm hearing, they're going to throw at Deion. I don't know how you say no.
What you think, Rich? I'm gonna get Luke. I'm gonna get you last. What you think,
$8 million
Rich?
a year.
I think
they're saying $8 million.
I think it's going.
That's the starting number. So negotiation.
Shit. Go up. Yeah, all right. Fuck the question. The question done. The question over. Fuck the question.
No, I mean, even if you get your $8 million a year, even if you get your 10-year, $80 million. First and foremost, if I'm Deion, I'm like, that's not enough. I want $12 million for 10 years, 120. I'm about to break the bank because that's what prime time does. But not only that, it's gonna come with a lot of superlatives, right? My son Shador, he gonna have to be straight. My other son Shyla gonna have to be straight. It's a whole bunch of things that they are going to have to do in order to make sure that you get your signature on the dotted line from somebody like Deion Sanders. So the question is, are they willing to do it? Are they willing to make things happen that Deion will want to have happen? Part of it too is hell. We're negotiating, right? And Deion's whole purpose of coming back to HBCUs is making sure that, they get, their just due when it comes to contracting and so on and so forth. So shit, I'm even throwing that in there. Hey, Georgia Tech, how you helping out the HBCUs? If that's on the table too, then
check me out,
it
Luke.
could be a great
Before you
partnership.
say something, thanks, Rich. Before you say something, Luke, I was on the space with you when you asked Deion and FAMU coach if the bag come a calling, are y'all leaving? And Deion started acting like he had static on his Twitter and he couldn't hear your question. You know what I'm saying? So what you think, Luke? They offering him $8 million. He's standing up for black people in Jackson State. He's fighting for HBCUs, man. What you think?
Well, I think I'm glad. What his name? Rich.
Rich.
Is Rich. Rich. I just think you got a smart guy named Rich on here because all three of us are straight ghetto. When Rich says superlatives, I think it's a lot of superlatives. I'm like, oh shit! I just learned a new SAT word. What the fuck? Superlatives, and it's fun and all that. hey, but no, all jokes aside, no, I love it, Rich. I love it. These guys need to have somebody who have vocabulary like yours. But to answer the question, you're right. I asked him that. I asked him, and he said he started acting like it was static. But I talked to Deion a lot. Me and Deion are good friends. I talked to him a lot. I know the challenges he goes through at Jackson State. Everything that you see, it ain't all peaches and cream. It's not all peaches and cream. He has tremendous amount of challenges. I mean, even just, Deion came in Jackson State, just like I went to Miami Edison. Ain't nothing sexy, ain't nothing beautiful. You go into a difficult situation, you're just trying to build. And when you try to build, everybody is not happy about the good things that you're doing. So you then find that there are a lot of jealous people. Unfortunately, when it comes to us black people, there's a lot of jealous people within the system, and you would think that they would be happy about the things that he's doing. So you add that into it, and then, some other financial shit was going on, which I don't want to mention because I don't want no viral moment of me and him in our private conversation. So there's a lot of things, and then you just add on that this man is spending a lot of his generational wealth putting into Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? He's putting money out, taking money out of his pocket. We talk about the conference itself, and me and him had these conversations, whether it's me and him or me and Willie Sims, and we talk about, look, you can only do so much. The conference has to go cut a major $1 billion television deal in order for this money to trickle down into your program. Other than that,
right.
you one season away from people, black people, how we are. Deion ain't shit. He can't coach. Fire his ass. You know what I'm saying? So you one season away from that. So then at the end of the day, you're taking money out your pocket, putting it into this program when it's supposed to be the conference has to have enough balls to say, listen, we're going to negotiate a major contract with some network. There's 1,000 networks out here, and that you got to go and be able to give each school more than $1.5 million a year. That's bullshit. And Deion has a problem with a lot of these damn classic games. He'll tell you that. He don't like playing classic games. He don't understand why they play classic games, because he said if they're going to give us $500,000 and it takes me $250,000 to move my team to the city, and then it takes me another $100,000 to bring the band, and then at the end of the day, we ain't making no fucking money in these classic games. Somebody getting some money. So when he looks at that, and then you got to go play University of Miami or Alabama and get your head bashed in to make $1 million or $500,000. Listen, he is done. I think Deion has done everything that he can do at Jackson State and in Black College. It is time for him to move on. because the conference, I would love to see him. I'm a fucking pro-black. Listen, I've lost millions and millions of dollars because I'm a nigga, number one. I'm not the Puff Daddy. I'm not Jay-Z. I ain't none of them people. I don't do that. So I understand where he's at. And so this dude, he is only so much he can do. It's only so much of his money that he can pour into that program without any support from nobody else, and especially the conference. They're not going no farther than that. They've hit a wall. They had to change the whole shit in order for this dude to stay there. And so it makes all the sense. And I told him this early in the year. I said, "You're going to Georgia Tech." He said, "No, I'm not going to Georgia Tech." I said, "Yes, you are, because it makes sense." I said, "That motherfucker gonna get fired." I said, "He's gonna get fired because a couple of my friends who's working there left." I said, "He's gonna get fired." That's number one. You're going back to Atlanta. Atlanta is your stomping ground. You played for the Falcons. People love you there. It's a lot of people from Miami that lives in Atlanta. Then you got Atlanta. You're gonna out recruit Georgia. Well, in a couple of years, you're gonna be able to take some of the players that normally would go there. You're gonna be able to get players from Florida. You're gonna get the money. They cannot fire you that quick in Atlanta. They got to give you time, because it's like firing Martin Luther King and throwing him out the church in Atlanta. So you're gonna get the time you need. I know Auburn is trying to get him. Now you go to Auburn, you're gonna get fucked. You're gonna get screwed. They're gonna fire your ass real quick, and you're not gonna get another shot. So at Georgia Tech,
they
get
give
the
you 5
right
years.
amount of money. They can't book you like that. And them people go, that will be the hottest ticket in college football. We all will be going to see that fucking show in Atlanta every week. He gonna change the ugly ass uniforms. He gonna get the motherfucking horse. Gonna have a nigga on it. I can't say that. He gonna have a black person on the horse.
Hey, two things. Explain. You want to explain to people what you mean by you a nigga? You not Puffy? You not Jay-Z? What's the difference? Because they all smart black dudes, right? But there's a difference in what you're saying.
They're smart black guys.
He not the company. He not a company man. He's his man.
Thank you. I'm not a company man. I'm not gonna sit up there and let them call people niggas when I'm in the room.
One thing people gotta understand, if you do your research on Uncle Luke, man, Uncle Luke was the first black. He had one of the first black major labels in the nation. It's before all that Luke. I mean, before all that Puffy, before all that NWA, before all that whatever. Uncle Luke had it. You know what I'm saying? So, Puffy, Jay-Z, all of them had opportunities to join with other major labels who said, "Hey, we'll take some of the off your shoulder, but you got to follow our rules." Uncle Luke was like, "Nah." Uncle Luke was
I ain't following.
Banned in the USA.
No, you're gonna give me all the money. I'm going to get all the money. No, we're gonna bust this money down. You ain't gonna give me 20%.
So do y'all think?
Now let me.
Do y'all think? Wait up, I got it. Do y'all think Georgia Tech will let Deion be Deion? The freedom that he has at Jackson State to create that culture, right? And what he created through the media is like genius. And all of these goofy coaches sitting up here looking at it and don't realize what he did. You know what I'm saying? Don't realize what he did with the media and the branding and the way. Do you think a Power 5? You think Georgia Tech lets him do that?
Yes.
Yeah, they would. They would, because
for one, that media brings all the attention that Luke is going to bring to that school alone. That's money. That is money. That is national television.
No, number one, it's all in, and they always tell you this. Like when you are a real estate investor, right? They say you don't make money when you sell the house. You make money when you buy it. So he's going to have to come in and negotiate up front and say, this is what it is. And if I don't get these things, I'm not coming here. And you got to sign on the dotted line so I can hold you legally obligated to let me do what I need to do. But I would pose this question too, because I know that the sentiment is you know, he's doing something real good for the black community and for HBCUs that we all want to see done. But I would say this. Sometimes some folks may say, I want to go the self-employed route in the black community and I'm going to start a little coffee shop and I'm going to invoke change and, you know, I'm going to sit on the board of different things and so on and so forth. And that's one way to do it. But we also have to realize that another way to do it is to go to work for Google and be like, okay, Google got billions of dollars. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna be at those board meetings. I'm gonna advocate for black folks. I'm gonna say, y'all need to put a budget here for XYZ. Y'all need to do this for XYZ. And because I know that they got billions of dollars that they're working with, if I could take $1 billion and infuse it into my infuse $100 million of it into my community, you're also making an impact. And I think
Yeah, but Rich,
there is a
I'm
way
gonna
that
get.
Deion could still get to where he need to go.
Let me give you a better scenario, right? That's a great scenario, but let me give you where Dion is because it's kind of similar to me, right? Dion went to Jackson State with the intent of making black college great. Dion got turned down by Florida State, and Dion got turned down by Arkansas to be the head coach over there. So Dion took it upon himself to go to Jackson State, right? Sometimes we go to these situations and we can only do so much. We go to the ceiling, and the people that we work with don't see the stars in the sky. They only see the
Right.
ceiling, and they will prevent us from getting there. We know we have to work with them to get to the ceiling. For instance, like me, when I go to Miami Edison and I put a football field at Miami Edison, and we're in Miami-Dade County where we have a lack of high school football stadiums to play in, and we got to go play in fucking Ives State Park and Curtis Park and all this shit in the mecca of football. And I go to Miami Edison and put a football field, and I just tell the district, match it, make it a stadium where everybody could use it, not just Edison. When they're playing away, you have a football stadium. So I go and get $2.5 million, and I bring a contract of Adidas or something like that in there and say, Adidas can do new contracts with everybody. And then I negotiate another deal so that they can go really redo Trash Powell. And these people are looking at me like I'm crazy. And you have other black people from other schools that are trying to prevent that. And so you know those type of things that are happening. See, people don't know that. People don't know. You have more black schools in the neighborhood trying to stop the football field from getting built when you would think that they would want the goddamn field to be built. And so it goes into Deion Sanders. Everybody's not happy with what he's doing over there. Even the people at the school where he's at, everybody is not happy. So you get to a point and the conference, and it's all about Deion, this, that, and that. Oh, he think he this, he think he that. Luke think he this, he think he that. You know, okay, so they prevent you from doing certain things, and then you get discouraged. And then now you've hit a wall where you can't do no more. I can't get no stands at Edison. Deion can't get the conference to go cut a contract when he's sitting there talking to them on a regular basis. Then he find himself being the villain because he's bringing so much notoriety and so much money into Jackson State. Oh, you're the fucking bad guy. You think you this. You think you get the calls in the game. You think you're the privileged person. So at some point, you say to yourself, you got to sit down and say, man, I'm at the end of the rainbow. I can't go no further. I got to move on. I have to move on. So when a motherfucker call you up and say, I got $8 million, and now when you go to that other school, you got to say, hey, look, this is what you're thinking about. I got to make them, they got to pay me enough money where they can't fire my ass in 2 weeks. So when they come in and say, we're going to give you Mario Cristobal type money, because Mario wouldn't come in here neither if he didn't get that kind of contract and the promises of the facilities. You know, so when you speak about his sons and all that, in all actuality, everything that's Power 5 on that Jackson State team is going to Georgia Tech with Deion when he goes, including Junior. including that #1 recruit that he has now with a year experience. He's bringing the show with him and all the people with him over there that's worth something, but he still would have left Jackson State, which they're going to hate it. They're going to cuss him out. They're going to talk about him like a dog. He still left that place in better shape than it's ever been. And he's going to bring the circus there because the circus sells tickets.
Yep.
And one thing,
But he gave him a blueprint, though.
One thing I keep telling people about when I first heard about Georgia Tech wants Deion. Remember the conference alignments. Remember the Big Ten saying they want UM, they want Georgia Tech, they want Florida State. Georgia Tech is one of those academic schools that the Big Ten want. It makes perfect sense to bring Deion to them if Georgia Tech goes to that conference. Now they have Deion in the Big Ten. They finna get a $10 billion TV contract. Oh, we need Deion.
Barstool Sports.
We need
the whole
Deion
nine.
for this. This is perfect for our conference. Our conference now is going to be the conference that everybody's looking at because we have Deion. He's the most televised coach in the world.
Look at Footballville need a media pass, Luke. Tell them Footballville need a media pass. When y'all on there talking about the 80s and pop that coochie videos, tell them put Footballville in there with Georgia Tech. We need a media pass, man. We come.
Hell yeah, hey, look what Lane Kiffin crazy ass did for Ole Miss. Ole Miss was irrelevant.
They were.
You bring a rock star like him in there, shit hits the fan, and everybody want to come to the game and all that.
Right.
Now think about what you could do, who you could bring in at JSU. You could bring in a Herm Edwards to replace a Deion, and you still got a high profile name back at Jackson State, right? And you just continue the same things. You continue the same blueprint.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, you're right. Thank you, man. Hey, man, I'm happy you guys have me on, man. I love talking to y'all.
Man, before you go, man, what happened to Tallahassee, man?
I like talking. Huh?
What happened to Tallahassee, man? Ricketts
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Man, get out of here, man.
See you later, X. I love you, X. I can't hear what the fuck street is.
All right, man.
Okay, y'all have a good day.
All right, take it easy.
That was funny, dog.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we get up out of here, man, because kids got to get picked up. Hey, listen. Is there any way that they could start Tyler for Tyler own health and Tyler own safety, right? Is there any way you can start Tyler in 2 weeks?
I think you start him.
Okay,
I think you start him. I think this is it. Like if you're going to start him and say, well, look, Tyler, this is it, man. This is the opportunity you've been waiting on. You got to show us you want it. You don't want it, Jake is there. We'll put Jake in, and then now you going to be the one looking mad. Because if Jake gets in the game and Jake plays good, guess what? Now Tyler, you're the backup now.
I go back to Rozier's. I think it was his 5th or 6th point. I would say because you saw a sample size of what Jake could do, you give Jake an opportunity to have a whole game under his belt. So you give him that UNC game, and you see what he does with it. Because we're still talking about not really having enough time to really leave your mark on what you could really do. And if Jake stinks it up, you tell Jake, you say, look, you got a short leash. Tyler's, going to take some mental reps from the bench.
You can't do that, Rich. You can't do that. You can't tell Jake if you stink it up, you got a short leash. Now you got a quarterback courtside. Now both of them got no confidence.
You saying it without saying it.
I'm getting out. If I go in there and make a bad throw, I'm out.
Well, listen now. We saw
one man is the guy.
Well, listen now. We saw. Hold up now. We saw Tua get put in the national championship for Jalen Hurts, right?
Right.
And we saw Jalen Hurts chill for a minute, and then Tua get hurt.
Jalen Hurts left.
Nah.
Yeah. When Tua played the national championship, when
No,
that
he
season
didn't.
started the next year, I'm saying
No, he
once
didn't.
Tua got in that national championship, Jalen Hurts left immediately and went to Oklahoma.
I don't think that's true. X.
It's true. It's true.
Nah, he actually sat for 1 year.
He stayed
was behind
there.
Tua.
Tua got hurt. Jalen Hurts came back in the game, X loud strong, dead ass wrong. He stayed there.
Hurts did stay.
He stayed there. Look at Roll came wrong with you too. I'm gonna put him right up here with you. He wrong with you too. Tua got hurt, and then he had to come in and save a game. He had to come in and win a game, didn't he?
Yeah,
and he did.
Came in and won a game.
It was actually the game to go to the national championship. Hurt won.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now memory coming back. Now memory want to come back.
Yeah, you're right.
Now memory want to come back. So we've seen a quarterback sit down, but Jalen Hurts, I think Jalen Hurts is a very confident guy. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the quarterback sit down, go chill, and say, all right, man, patience, and then come back in and do it. I believe if this game was on the road, maybe Tyler Van Dyke could go in. But here, if he throw an incomplete pass, they're going to boo him out the stadium.
I 100% agree.
I don't think that's healthy for him. I think you let him chill.
But that's he made his bed on that one. He came out and said what he said. You know, if he would have never said what he said, I don't think it would be as harsh as it is.
I don't think people think it. I don't think people think it. You think people think about that? I think that video was kind of chopped up. I think that video.
Even if we understood, look, Streeter, us in media, we know what that video was. The fans don't know. The fans saying, "Oh, this is Tyler talking about us."
I don't know.
Everybody around the nation already saying, "You on fans don't show up the games. You on fans don't do this and this." And then your starting quarterback comes out and say, "Yeah, man, I would rather play away games." You do? Okay. You shit the bed, we gonna boo you. Plain and simple.
So how are you saying that you think they should start him?
I mean, I think I just feel like if you don't start him and you have a situation where Jake doesn't succeed and then you go back to TVD, I just think now you're confusing both of them and the whole team.
No,
so I'm like, start him and you give him this. This is basically like his last opportunity to say, man, you gonna be the guy, be the guy. Because if you're not, we're going a different direction.
X. You thought Tyler was a better quarterback than TVD, right?
Yeah, I did.
He's proven to be like a gimmick quarterback. Like he can throw to one, like he can do a thing good, really good. If you say, hey, this is what we doing, and he succeeded at that. And they tried to implement it with Lassen this Saturday. You saw it. They tried to make it to where, hey man, listen, man, if you ain't see what's going on, throw it to Lassen. And Lassen got like 10 targets in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying?
He couldn't find nobody else.
Lassen ain't that.
I don't think he was looking for nobody else.
Like
he wasn't looking for nobody else. When he said Hike, he was gonna throw the ball to Lassen. Dog, this is how I see it. How I see it is that he was good in actually gimmick offense, one side at a time. The play is going over here. This one read, then maybe a dump off, and that's what he was good at.
Well, lastly, offense was an up-tempo, down-the-field offense. Gaddis' offense isn't a down-the-field offense. No, even if Gadsden does say it will go up-tempo, it's still not down the field. TVD was better just saying, oh, we down the field.
But there's a problem with that. There's a problem with that offense, though. The problem with the offense, which we used to piss a lot of people off, is that you'll get on the field and then within 20 seconds you're 3 and out because you threw a swing pass. And then you try to run the ball with that one-dimensional run game and it's -5 yards. Then you try to, oh man, now I'm 3rd and 17 and I got to make a 17-yard play. And then boom, you miss your receiver, you're 3 and out. So this offense is trying to bring balance to where, you know, you have that physicality where you can get 2 or 3 yards in a cloud of dust and motor your way down the field and control the game. And then when you want to take shots, you go ahead and take your shots. But the problem is when you take those shots, you actually got to have mechanics and fundamentals as a quarterback in order to place the ball where it needs to be placed and also to go ahead and throw your receivers open. Like that one play that Jake threw to Keyshawn where he went over the DB's head. He was throwing to where his receiver, based on his receiver skill set, can actually make a play. So I'm saying, go ahead and let Jake do his thing in the UNC game because he deserved it. He went out there when it was time to ball, and he balled out. You feel me?
Right.
And you got to kind of continue that. Not, and it's not saying that Jake is on a leash, because guess what? We all know we on a leash. I mean, heck, if you the starting linebacker and you miss 10 tackles, you on a, whether you the starting linebacker or not, you on a leash. Everybody's on a leash when it comes to football. So you want to see what Jake can do if he can continue, and you don't want to put TVD in a situation where he goes in there, throws another interception, and all of the Miami, everybody start talking about take his BMW away, you take the life wallet, NIL away. He don't deserve this. He don't need to be doing commercials. You just don't, because it looks like he's not. The one thing I'll say about Jalen Hurts and why Jalen Hurts is successful right now is because Jalen Hurts had a dad in his ear who was a very strong will, like a Ray Lewis type. That was like, man, fuck all that noise. You the best quarterback at Alabama. Fuck Saban. Fuck everybody. We're gonna put you in the best position for you, and we gonna make it do what it do. And when you have somebody that's strong-willed in your corner like that, bro, you like, fuck the fans. I'm doing this for my people. And the result is what you see in Philadelphia right now, because that's the mentality he has. TVD's mentality is shot.
It's player, right? It's the BMW. Y'all, wow. He say TVD ain't been playing good since the BMW.
No, I said, listen, bro. I bumped into Malik for the game, and I asked him, dog, listen, what's up with TVD? And he said that they were trying to teach him how to move his feet. His eyes are moving to go through his progression, but his feet isn't moving, right?
Yeah.
I said, so why was he so successful last year? He said, because last year he hadn't had one read.
He ain't had to move his feet last year.
He said last year he only had one read. So I think I see this as check me out. I see this as Gaddis and Mario, because they both had to agree on the scheme, like are trying to
like the scheme.
Are trying to turn him into what the hype is saying he is, right? It ain't about Gaddis' offense. It's more so about they're trying to turn him into what the hype says he is, because only they know, holy crap, he's a gimmick quarterback. Like you know what I'm saying? He was good at this one thing. So now with them trying to turn him into it, he failed. And I don't know if that was the right thing for them to do, but I don't see how they can run him out there in front of that crowd again in the mind state that he's in. I don't know. I think they were trying to do him a favor, bro. That's how I see it. I think they were trying to say, hey, listen, well, our offense is basically, you're going to have to do this in the NFL anyway. Let's see if you get it in the first 4 games.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Gaddis was basically trying to do with TVD. Because even before the season, you know, they saying, yeah, TVD is going to be a top draft pick, but he still needs more to for us to say, yeah, he's a first round draft pick, because as of now he's in the office that's saying, well, it's up tempo. If it's up tempo, meaning you might catch the defense off guard sometimes, and if that's the only way you could be a good quarterback, you're not going to be good in the NFL most of the time.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So Josh Gaddis comes in and say, we're going to slow it down a little bit, let you read the whole field and see if you could be this guy. Do I believe he could be that guy? I still think he can. I don't know if his confidence might be just done right now. And then it does help when you have a guy out there who say, look, when it all falls down, throw me the ball. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that guy.
I'm starting to believe it was the other way around. It wasn't if it all falls down, throw me the ball. It was because I think he decided to throw the ball to Latson Thursday or Wednesday. It was, this is where I'm going with the ball. This is where I'm going with the ball. And what we realize is that because Latson didn't get no yak, he didn't get no yards after catch. None. If you force the ball to a kid who's supposed to be that guy, a lot of them will make plays. I think that's what we're realizing. That's why Rambo isn't in the league. You know what I'm saying? If you give them the opportunity, a lot of them will make plays. I think he decides who he's going to throw that ball to or what side he's going to before the play even starts. I don't think it's the other way around. And I think that's how he got going. And if we look back, I bet you we can see that's how he struggled at Florida State because they probably figured it out.
Back to the TVD and the Jake thing. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I feel like TVD should start the North Carolina game. You start Jake. Jake might go out there and have a great, excellent game. He also might go out there and have a bad game. And then what do you do if he does that? You say you go back to Jake, or you say, you go back to TVD, or you say, we're just gonna ride out with Jake for the rest of the season. How do you pull Jake and say, we're gonna go back to TVD? Now what you're showing the team is you don't even got confidence in your decision making. You don't.
So I tell you what.
Well, TVD got hurt. They got to report that he hurt. You got to say something.
When Clemson pulled Kelly Bryant, it was real hard to do because Kelly Bryant had won them a playoff game the year before. It was a hard thing to do. But I tell you what, it was the best decision that they made. And I would say the first two games.
Come on, Rich, man. You talking about they pulled Kelly Bryant for who they put in behind him?
For Sunshine. Yeah, I get it.
The second coming of the guy.
Right. I mean,
trying to say Jake ain't the second coming?
He ain't him. He not Sunshine.
He ain't that. But I'm saying even Sunshine, QB Jesus, struggled the first two games after he was the number one guy. He struggled.
But he
and it wasn't until like the
he didn't lose. He didn't
lose. But his defense was. I mean, look, his defense basically scored more points than other opponents' offense. Let's put it that way.
Brandon Took said Garcia not reading the entire field. He go with his first read. Brandon Garcia in Bethune game went 7 for 7. He threw the ball to 7 different people. Right. Brandon, you need to go watch that film on Garcia and watch his feet and watch him just throw the ball to. Listen, go watch that film on Garcia. Now, I don't want you to watch one throw because every now and then a quarterback do. Even the best throw the ball to one guy. You go watch that film. Go watch that film at Garcia and look at the difference between him in that pocket and TVD in that pocket. Because I don't think that Garcia found all type of open people. Keyshawn, he found Skinner, he just throw the ball whoever. Go check it out, Brandon.
Yeah,
every now and then quarterbacks do throw the ball. People act like quarterbacks. Quarterbacks do say I can throw the ball to their guys sometimes. They do.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
It happens all the time. But having the ability to look at the second progression or the third progression is what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Also, I think the receivers, once Jake got in, you could see the receivers look like they were just running more harder routes. They just like they wanted to go get the ball.
Because they knew they was going to get the ball.
Morale. He changed the morale in the whole. This is what Twan said to me. He changed the morale in the whole stadium. Twan said, "Oh man, I gotta get the camera turned on. We gotta record this." the whole stadium changed.
Yeah, I mean, but okay. So listen. Last year when TVD got in the game, once King was playing the game, like it was the same thing. Cause everybody would say, "Oh man, we shouldn't play King. We shouldn't play King." TVD got in. Now the whole stadium going crazy. It's like we gonna keep having the same old thing every year
until we find the right quarterback. Yes. It's unfortunate, but
everybody's
it's
not equal. Y'all talk like all these people are equal. TVD's not Jake, and Jake is not King. Like they're like drones. They're not the same. They're not drones. Like Jake may be the guy. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
I'm hoping he is. But Steve,
If
remember
King wasn't hurt.
Remember I think I said this even before the season started. I say we'll go through the season. TVD have a good season, but Jake just might be that guy to take us over the lump because of he just has that charisma as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes you do need that charisma just naturally to say I'm that guy. Jake don't have that charisma. Jake he's just a quarterback.
Right.
All right, man. Let's get up and get out of here, man. Y'all want to say anything else? You got something to say, Rich?
Nothing else. You know, great show today. I'm glad that Luke came on. His insight is always valued. And yeah, villains, stay up.
X, you got anything you want to say? Oh, listen, Tyler Williams. I know Tyler Williams was on the thumbnail, man. Tyler Williams in the group me. We've been talking about it in the football villain section. We've been talking about it. Tyler Williams, we still had a shot at Tyler Williams. We actually felt good when he left Miami. Because all you got to do is tell to him that, hey, listen, you get a chance to come in here and play. I know for a fact Tyler Williams wants to play against the top competition. He said those words himself. So at 7 o'clock, Tyler Williams, what is he, a 4-star? What is he?
Yeah, 4-star.
4-star.
I think he's like the number 20-something ranked receiver in the nation. I don't know.
Right. He'll be committing tonight at 7, and it's a toss-up between Miami and Georgia. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like he like Georgia. You know, they got McClendon. They got B-Mac up there, right?
Yeah, B-Mac, man. B-Mac kind of did a number on our receiver room group, man. He the reason why we ain't getting some of these kids, man.
Yeah, man, came here like a spy. The spook that sat by the door.
Yeah, he came in. He was.
They probably don't even remember that. They probably don't even remember he was here for about a week or so. Went to go talk to all the receivers.
He went and did his job down in South Florida.
Yeah.
Hey, don't try and go to you. But we'll see how things go. It's a toss-up. I got good insight that, Tyler was leaning towards UM, but, it could be going towards Georgia. I mean, that game Saturday didn't help at all, so.
His whole family was here?
Yeah, they was here. They was vibing. The whole weekend. They went to the Dolphin game the next day.
Right. Now that couldn't have helped. But then again, if you don't choose Miami, they're gonna blame the kid. The fans gonna blame the kid. They're not gonna blame him seeing in person us lose to Middle Tennessee State and go 0-3 versus this college of Middle Tennessee. No, we're 0-3 versus Middle Tennessee.
We 0-1, man. Everybody was thinking about football back in 1930 something, man.
Man, we are 0-3. That should have been every reason for them to go in there and be like, these motherfuckers 2-0 against us.
Right.
All right, man. Let's get up out of here.
Play football in 1932.
All right, holla at me. All right, man. 786-459-499. You want to get down with IOD Squad? You want to join the football villain group me and get access to the information we give and the video we're about to drop. We're about to drop a Caneville inside the football villain group me, and it's a Caneville from the Middle Tennessee State game. We were showing it a second ago, right? Let me see. We were watching it, and I'll let you watch a little bit of it before I get out of here. Basically, our video from the Middle Tennessee State game. What we saw, because I'm on record of saying, man, they looked like they didn't want to play, and it was all in the video. So here you go. Here's a quick cut from that.
City of Miami, the stadium that you guys joke about and laugh about, that none of you have. Middle Tennessee, man, Miami Hurricanes about to get it down today. Tyler Van Dyke, we need you to wake up. Josh Gaddis, we need you to wake up. Let's get this thing popping. Knowing there's a bazooka till it get pulled out on you.
Yeah.
No. Super Pee Wee, 4 or 5 year old.
So we're gonna drop this in the members section for the football villains.
Tyreek leading the floor. We got Big Khalil. Miami Hurricane versus Middle Tennessee, man. It's a lot. Ain't nothing to prove, but Got to get the thing going on track, man. Link Curtis, Corey Couch, Coach Mirabal, Coach Adai, Royal. We got a Royal, man. Somebody just asked me who breaks out today, man. I think today is a day that a Royal breaks out.
Aurora did not break out. Aurora did not break out for the record. There was no breakout by Aurora.
I ain't want to pull rank or I'm immediately in and walk. Can't, you know, I ain't do all that against a lesser opponent per se. That's where your discipline comes into play. That's where your discipline comes into play, man. Your goal, what are we trying to achieve? Where are we trying to go? Let's turn back the clock. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. I mean, that's the beginning of a recipe for disaster. It really is. It really is.
So that's if you want to become a member, man, here go the section right here. Go the member link right here. And I get into it talking about before the game. You can hear me saying, "Oh man, they look like they don't want to be here." And then the game started. So if y'all want to become a member, man, there's the video. There's it, and it's also in the I'm in the comment section. It's not in the comment section. It's also in the down there where all the words are and all the links are, the description. But we're gonna drop that for the football villains, man, shortly, maybe 15 minutes, man. And then we'll break it up in pieces and release it publicly. But go check that out, bro. It's our perspective on the game, how we see the game. Like I said, how we see things. That's what you get in the member group meeting. Our connections, our information that we have. We try to give it all up to you guys. So, man, I'm out of here. Don't put off tomorrow. Something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D, and I'm out.